Mike, it's a pleasure to be with you out here at Camp Pirtle today. It's a beautiful day. Some days we don't have this nice weather.
Well, welcome to you too. We're glad you're here.
Well, I'm enjoying it so far. I've heard a lot of stories, but one of the stories I'd like to hear is how long has Camp Pirtle been in place?
We acquired the first part of this property back in 1964, so we're coming up pretty quick on our 45th anniversary.
Fantastic. And if I can jump right on into one of the questions that we have is, when did this become a tree farm?
Well, according to our records, about 1972 is when we really first started to manage this property. As the trees got larger and it became more and more important that we take care of the forest as it matured. So about 1972, I think.
Okay, well that was a good year. The market just dropped like mad 2 years later, I understand. What are your primary goals here at the camp? I mean, I know it's a Boy Scout camp, but for people that may not be familiar with that, if there are such.
Well, the way I kind of sometimes explain Camp Pirtle is this is an outdoor gymnasium where we affect the character development of children. They come here because they want to have fun and be in the outdoors, and character development, citizenship training, personal fitness, duty to God and country, mentoring, great times with parents. That's what we really are after, is making a lasting impact. We just use the outdoor setting as an attractive way to make that impact.
Wonderful. How large is the camp?
It's about 780 acres, roughly.
Okay. Very good. Well, I know there's a lot to see here on Camp Pirtle, and I'm looking forward to driving around and taking a look at some of it.
We love to show it off. Like I said, we're glad you're here.
I bet you are. Thank you very much,
Thank
Mike.
you.
We'll go take a look at another site.
Let's do it.
Well, Mike, I can see that you guys do an awful lot on this scout camp.
We do.
Excuse me. And as we were coming in, we got to see a number of little outset camps, and then here's a really nice place. And it gives rise to me, with all of this that we are looking at today, why did the Camp Pirtle choose to put a part of its land into the tree farm system?
Well, it's important that we take care of this resource, and so our resource exists to impact the lives of kids. And we do that, as I mentioned earlier, in an outdoor setting. So it's important that we take care of the entire environment, and that means the soil, and that certainly means the trees. So this particular piece of property and the waterfront behind us is all part of our property that we manage with the intent of making sure it's here in great condition for generations of Scouts and their families to use. So forest management is a big part of what we do to make sure that our longevity continues.
That's right. But if you didn't do that management in time, we could see that this could deteriorate in quality.
Oh, no question. And we've certainly had our issues with weather, and we've certainly had our issues with insects. And if we don't take care of it, those things are going to have a huge impact on this resource. So we bring great volunteers with expertise in forestry together to help make sure that this facility continues to deliver the mission to kids, and it also will be here for a long time.
Well, it's obvious that you're doing a good job. Now, we went through an area driving. You weren't in the car with us, but we went off the hill down into a bottomland area, and pretty heavy undergrowth in there, and I understand that y'all are going to be doing something about that. According to Shane, in the not too distant future, there's going to be a prescribed burn down there.
We hope to. We've actually had a prescribed burn in certain key locations on our radar screen for quite some time, but between the heavy use and the weather, we've not been able to coordinate with the person who will be doing that burning for us. But it is on our plan, and we do have a master plan that foresters and volunteers pass judgment on, working with our consulting forester, who has just been wonderful. And that plan is what guides our decisions. Each and every year we look at that, reevaluate that plan, and making sure that our forest is healthy.
Well, that's important when you've got a good plan to follow it as best you can, dealing with nature as
Absolutely.
we always have to do.
Well, you know, our people, our volunteers come out here because they want to see beautiful things, and they want to be inspired by nature. The very thing that I think inspires a lot of people to go into forestry is they love the outdoors. And they come here to get inspired that way in a beautiful setting, and we have to make sure that our forest delivers on that promise.
Well, from what I've been seeing driving through today, you're doing a good job of that. Stand in a place like this, my goodness.
We've been very fortunate from donors as well as people on our Forestry Stewardship Committee have made sure that we're continuing to fight the good fight and make sure that things continue to get better and better at Camp Hurdle.
Well, it's looking good. I'm looking forward to seeing a few
you.
more of the spots and a little more of the diversity of your management.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.